Hey guys, welcome back. Just wanted to go over some of the stuff from 1-1. Let me get this ladybug focused up. Okay, so it's how can you find all the factors or divisors of a number? We went through what a divisor was, right? A divisor is a number that divides another number. So a divisor is here. It's in the front of our traditional looking division problem. And it's at the bottom of a fraction. So it's the bottom number here. These are both divisors, right? Of a number. So that's what a divisor is. It divides it evenly. A factor, what's a factor? Well, factors are numbers that divide other numbers evenly. Same thing as a divisor. Basically, a divisor and a factor are the same thing. So if we looked at the number 12, well, let's look over here. So proper factors. Proper factors are all the numbers that multiply together to make the number, like say 24. Except for proper factors, except for 1 and 24. So we can't use 1 and 24 for proper factors. Sorry. Factors would be all those numbers, so 1 and 24 would be included there. So 1, 24, 2, and 12, 3, and 8, 4, and 6. Those are all the factors. Proper factors, you just kick out 1 and you kick out 24. And then we talked about the game. And we kind of went through and played the game. Remember, if you go first, you guys, the best first move would be 29. And 29 is the best first move because it gives you the most points. And because that number is prime, your partner, or the person you're playing against, would only get 1 point. And then they would pick a number. So they pick 22. They would get 22 points. And then you would get the points. So your job would be to circle any of the factors that were left. So because one was already taken, hypothetically, in that game, then the only choice you would have is 11. So then you would get 11 points. And they would go back and forth until the game was over. So questions that I asked you to think about that we answered yesterday was, is it better to go first or second? Why? Well, first. You can pick a number with a few factors. So like if you pick 29 or 23 or 19, those are all prime numbers and they would give you more points than your partner. Best first move? Well, that's 29. Why? It only has one factor, 1, right? That's a proper, or not, that's the factors, not the proper factors. How do you know the game's over? Well, there's no more factors left of a number. So once all the factors have been used, you can't go. So like you see 18 right here. All the highlighted stuff here represents numbers that have been used. So 18, the factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9. And those numbers have all been used. There's no more numbers to go. Maybe 21, you think. Oh, shoot, no. It's 1, 3, and 7. No factors left. That's how I know I'm done. What's a good strategy for playing? The best strategy would just be choosing numbers with few factors. So if you're able to pick a number with that's bigger than the sum, adding up all the factors that are left over, you win the game. Oop, that's the wrong side. Let me pause this for a moment. Okay, on the back side, A, how can you determine whether one number is a factor of another? So how do I know? So if we're talking about 12, and say I have 2 and 6, how do I know that 2 and 6 are both factors of 12? So I can determine whether one number is a factor of another by what? Well, we can check it through multiplication, or we can check it through division. So there's two ways to do that. So if you check through multiplication, like 2 times 6 is 12, 3 times 4 is 12, 1 times 12 is 12, those are all ways that you'd be able to find the factors of 12. So you need to write something down here about that. If you know a factor of a number, can you find another factor? Well, yeah. If I have 12, and I know that one factor of 12 might, say, be 3, well, I could just say 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Now, this is a fact family. These all go together. 12 divided by 3 is 4. I could say 12 divided by 4 is 3. I could say 3 times 4 is 12, and 4 times 3 is 12. Fact families always have 4 members. We have to find all 4. So go ahead. You know that? Another factor because you can multiply them together, or you can divide the two pieces together to get the answer. Make a list of the factors of 18. Then make a list of the divisors of 18. Are the factors of a number also the divisors of a number? So go ahead and try that. When I say try it, I should probably tell you this. So I want you to go ahead and attempt to write this in. Pause this video. And then when you come back, I'll have the answer. So go ahead and pause it and try to write all the factors of 18. and see if you can answer the relationship between divisors and factors is what. So go ahead and pause the video, then click it back on. Yeah, so here we go. Here's our factors of 18. I got 1 times 18, 2 times 9, and 3 times 6. I know we're done. These are all the factors because 3 and 6 are getting closer. Their numbers are closer together. The only numbers between 3 and 6 are 4 and 5, and I know 4 and 5 do not go in evenly into 18. And that's how I know I'm done with the factors. The relationship between divisors and factors is, well, they're pretty much the same. A divisor is a factor, and a factor is a divisor. The factors break down the number 18 evenly, and divisors also break it down evenly. So you could say 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Well, that divisor works out, right? That 3 gives me here. Again, this is the fact family we just talked about up here with the 12s, and you're able to figure that out. So that's great. So going on to part B now. Let me scoot my keyboard over. Focus again. This ladybug does not like that. Give an example of a number that has many factors. So what's a number that has a lot of factors, and what's a number that has few? Go ahead and think about that. Just let's talk about numbers 1 through 30 and see a number with many factors and one few. Go ahead and fill that out. Okay, so if you filled it out, if you haven't, pause it, fill it out. If you have, here we go. Numbers with many factors from 1 to 30 are going to be high numbers like 28, 24, 30 was a genius one, right? And you should write like 30 out. And then you should write all the factors of 30, 1 and 30. Let me do it this way, 2 and 15. And you list them all out. Few numbers, well, those would be prime numbers. All prime numbers. Remember, a prime number only has 2 factors, 1 and itself. How do you know when you found all the factors of a number? When we talk about 18, we have 1 and 18. We have 2 and 9. And the last one we're going to have is 3 and 6. And we can see that the distance between these two numbers is getting closer and closer. The only numbers left that this could be would be 4 and 5. And we know 4 times 5 does not work. So as the factors get closer together, we see that they have less choices in between them. And we know that 4 and 5 do not work. So once you have gotten them all, or once you start noticing that they've reversed, so we go 1, 2, 3. 3 times 6 is 18. 6 times 3. 9 times 2. And 18 times 1. Once they do that flip, then that's how we found all the factors. So go ahead and write that in. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.